This is a song lesson for The Day We Caught the Train by Ocean Colour Scene. Alrighty, a good throwback. Right, I'm going to start with this. I'll give you a quick overview. This song is structured for all levels. It's going to start off with the basic stuff, then we'll get into the more advanced stuff, and it's all chaptered. So look, skip to the bits you need. Drop me a comment if you have any questions below, and let's get it going. So it goes like this. It goes, never saw it as the start. It's more of a change of heart. Then it'll go, rapping on the windows, whistling down the chimney pot. All dance drums, blowing up the dust in the room where I forgot. I laid my plans in solid rock. Didn't do the day like a flute blow while just an hour away. The words are fast. Right, then we get that loops. Then you and I should ride the coast and wind up in our favorite ghost just miles away. Rolling on, riding on the song. Jimmy heard the day he caught the train. Alright, that's giving you a taste of what is to come. So I'm going to say, if you're a beginner guitarist, this wouldn't be a song to try. There's a ton of stuff in it. But what you could try is pick a song section and learn a bit of it and just start getting through the song sections bit by bit, right? Because there's a ton of chords. That's like my golden rule for a song being easy or not. How many chords has it got? This has got like a full-on lineup. 9 angry chords. I don't know how many chords it has, but one thing I'll say, if you haven't been playing a while and you're a bit scared of the A sharp diminished 7th, it's okay. This one is an easier version. So we're going to begin by the first section, which I'd recommend is the beginning. So we're going to start with an E minor. And by the way, I do have this done out as well, or not done out, sorry. I found this on Ultimate Guitar and it's fully accurate. So we're going to stick with this first, get the foundations down, and then from there then you'll be able to get the sheet after that. So, E minor, single down strum, 1, 2, 3, 4, then D, 2, 3, 4, then G, 2, 3, 4. That's the start. Okay, E minor, D and G. Then you put on an F. You can do a bar chord if you wish. I just like the 4-fingered F. And you're going to go, okay, on each bar it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? To begin, I just get the count. So you're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, just stick on that. Okay, and you do that on this line. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, now, to build I'm going hard on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'm counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'm strumming hard on 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now, the ending on that B7, sorry, in the D then you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, 1 and 2 go on D, 3 and 4 go on C. We just split the bar. Then on B7, you're going to stop on 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Right? And that's why this video is chaptered. If you need to repeat back on this, just do so and just hear the stuff again, put it into practice, and as always, pick a song section at a time rather than read it from the start to the end, because that's how we get kind of overwhelmed and confused. So, okay, now that's our intro. I'll play that all one more time. You go, never saw it as the start. It's more a change of heart. 3, 4, looking through the windows, whistling down the chimney pot. Blowing off the dust in the room where I forgot. I laid my plans in solid rock. Okay, and again, you have the lyrics here, and I would spend time doing this first to get it into your muscle memory, so that when you get to here, you'll suddenly go, oh yeah, that's the length I do in each chord. Because like, watch the F to the E here. It's so weird. Like, that F to the E almost makes it look as if your H is on F and H is on E. But he's singing super quick. That's why it's so spaced out. So just keep an eye on that with ultimate guitar. Now, I'm going to grab a drink of water a sec. Just while I do that, if you want to have a look through the next section, we have our stepping bit. Okay, so we have E minor and A. E minor, with that, we've just got to watch out that we change our rhythm. To get it first, I just do the downs, 4 downs in E minor, or sorry. Yeah, you're doing 8 downs there, okay, on that step. And so this is the step into the door like a troubadour while I'm just an hour away. The rhythm. Let's talk the rhythm. If you're planning on singing and playing this, I have to say, the singing on this, I don't know if you sing fast songs. I've sung a few and there's a ton of trippy words in it. So what I'd suggest is put the song on a ton this week on your Spotify, your YouTube, while you're driving, whatever, and just sing it a ton just to get the flow of the lyrics. And because you want to make the singing as easy as possible so you can focus on your playing. Now the strum on this part, the E minor A, I'm going down, 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 up, down, 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 down. Notice the way that I'm not going on each string. Down, down. The first 2 downs are on the thickest 2 to 3 strings. And this down is on the thinnest strings. And the down up at the end is on the thin strings also. Right, see that? I'll do it again. And just remember to come back up again there we go, come back up again to start the rhythm, okay? Now to do this, this is the E minor. So it's like you do the strum pattern twice on each bar. Step into the door like a troubadour while I'm just in. Right, so I'd spend a bit of time doing that on E minor first. And then do it on A. Missing your top string, of course, on A. And how many strings do you hit for the A? Aim for 2 to 3 as well. It's not an absolute rule, but it's just guidance. And then after a while of practicing that, start moving between both chords to see how it feels, okay? And just hold the pick nice and light. And if it's a tricky rhythm to do, just remember to relax doing it. Sometimes we can tense up when we're on a trickier rhythm, and then that can make the whole thing trip, like, see how stiff my wrist is instead of, okay? Think painting an art piece. No, so that's the stepping. So now to comb it back, if I was to practice, and by the way, those 2 chords are used in Always Take the Weather With You. Always Take the Weather With You by Crowded House. So let's say you've practiced this. You've practiced your rhythm. You've gotten it working. The next thing isn't to go into here. It's to go back to here and check have you maintained what you learned already. So go back and do that again. Go back and check this. And then start playing it from here to here. And that's the idea with songs. You want to get a section, drill it, move to the next section, but maintain your previous section. And then start combining them up and start extending out your playing. So far we got this. And I'll go to the split cam. There we go. So you go. Never saw it as the start. All downs. keeping count, a change of heart. Then comes our 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Going hard on 2 and 4. Then 1 and 2 and 3. Then just an hour away. It's a holiday. Okay, now yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now if you've been playing a while longer and you've fills and stuff like that you find your strumming hand like naturally doing, that's okay too. These are like foundational strumming patterns to do first. Now, let's get to the next part. This contains our nice sharp diminished chord. Okay, so I'll play it first. This is the you and I part. It goes, you and I should ride the coast and wind up in our favorite miles away, going nowhere. Jenny said the day. Okay, so let's talk about the A sharp diminished first. So you start with the D, but the A sharp diminished goes as follows. Okay, if you're familiar with A7, that's where I'd start. If you do an A7 with those two fingers, ring finger on the 2nd fret of the B string, middle finger on 2nd fret of D. Right, we get those two. Then you get your index up on the 1st fret of A. That's the weird one. Okay, so you get that. And you miss the top string. So I'm starting here. That's what we get. Right, so you go from D, and I should ride the coast. Right, it doesn't sound nice on its own, but it goes quick. You and I should ride the coast and wind up. Right, so that's why it works. So again, drill that change. Excuse me. Next two chords are B minor and A. If you have a bar chord B minor, that will work. If you don't, you could do your 4-fingered B minor, right? You could also do your B minor 7, which is your A with one finger down, the other finger up. That would work too. So we have a couple of options for that line. If you're of a level that you're trying this, I would say go with the 4-fingered B minor. Okay, and I'll actually, what I'll do after this, I'll put a diagram for it here. And I'll put a diagram for this one over here. Then the next thing is we get E minor. Now rhythm wise, what do you do for this first? Like stepping to the dun 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 dun, just an hour away. Dun 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 dun, and it's a holiday. So the next part. You and I should ride the coast and I'd actually do all downs on that. It's a basic rhythm, but sometimes the basic ones drive it, like you and I should ride. The drums go harder. Wind up in our favorite coast of. And then we're back into our upbeat rhythm. Okay, for the E minor there, we'd go like this. I'm doing this strumming pattern. Let me break it down. We've already done some of this. You've already done that from before. That's our down, 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 up. But we're going to add on this end to it. You're going to go down, up, down, down. But where they happen, you start on the thin strings. You go down, up, down on thick, down. Okay, and then you add in a down up at the end of that as well. So I'll do that again. First part of that rhythm on the E minor was this, that you've done already. But now we're adding this. So you go. And I'll do this out in arrows as well, don't worry, okay? But you might find your hand naturally does some of this if you've been playing for quite a while. Okay, so all together that rhythm goes. Right, so that brings us that line there. So I'll do it all together. Go like this. I'll go, you and I should ride the coast and wind up in our favorite. Let's talk about this rhythm. The G drives, that's all downs. You're basically doing down downs. First down is on the thin ones, second down is on the thick ones. Going nowhere, and this is where on the A then you go back to that sort of loose, chilled out rhythm to bring us into this, the main chorus. That rhythm on the A is going to be the same as the rhythm on the E minor here. So the arrows that you're going to see will do the A as well. Then into the main chorus. Now, the main chorus goes as follows. I'll play it first. Now, that chorus, the chords are fine. The rhythm goes as follows. You're going down, down, down on D. Then on the A, it's a little bit busier with 3 downs at the start. So the D, the A. Right, so I'd practice that. Then the last, on this E minor here, we gotta watch out for that. It's 2 down strums, so you go. So that's the chorus, right? I'd call the chorus, it's a bit of an unusual song. I'd call that ooh-la bit the chorus. The other one doesn't feel the you and that bit, it's kind of like a pre-chorus. Okay, and looking at here on Ultimate Guitar, I don't see any labels on any of the song, so I don't know if anyone knows. So let's take a look at the next part then, with the bridge. And we're nearly there with it then. The bridge, I'm going to show you the chords first. It goes, you and I should ride the tracks tomorrow. Right, you'll get away with those chords, but if you want a challenge, and you might be like, I don't want any more challenge. There's a ton of chords in this and a ton of rhythms. There's a cool little tab here I'll share now. So the tab is of the bass line, and this, if you've watched my lesson on Have You Ever Seen the Rain, I talk about doing parts in songs that aren't really the guitar player's job. But if you learn them, it can be cool. So what I've done here is, here's the bridge. The bass at this point of the song goes like this. That's what's on that tab. So instead of going like this, you and I tomorrow, you'd be going like this. You and I, and again, right? So it just adds more of a real feel of the song at that point. Now, again, don't let this derail your song progress. This is a nice little cool thing to do. Maybe picking it and getting the picking on its own will be a win for you. Maybe doing the picking with singing will be a win. But if you're a player who sings and plays, but you haven't done too much picking and playing, it's kind of a different ball game. So just spend your time practicing the picking and drilling it, almost like the way you would in the real beginning. You mightn't remember the real beginning of like getting chords and strumming while you sang. Okay, and if you're a beginner, stay away from singing and playing this completely. Right, let's take a look at the tab. So we're on the thickest string on E, and we're going like this. We're going. Okay, now fingers, I'll give it by example. I'm on 5th fret of E. All these notes at the beginning are on the top string. I'm on ring finger, and everything's played twice. 3. Next one I'm on the 3rd fret with my index. So I've gone. I slide it back a fret. I lift off to 0, open string. That's what I get first. And you see all those numbers were on that same string. Now, notice the way the next group of numbers or under the A7 are on a different line. These are all on the A string. We've 2 zeros, which is for your open string again. Then we've 2s and 4s. So it goes like this. Open string, 2nd fret with your index, then ring finger on the 4. And you play 4 4s. So we 2 zeros, 2 2s, 4 4s. Those lines all together sound like this, then I'll come back on camera. Alright, and that's what we get. And you would see the way these are linked to A and A7, like the way that covers A, this covers A7. Well, you would play on the bridge. That's where those fills work. So on A and A7, you'll be playing all that. Then you get back to strumming your D. Then on A and A7, you play the fill again, the picked notes. Now, what you do on the D chord. The rhythm on that will go. Down, 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 up, down, down. Okay, and if you want to pause it and write, I used to find it handy at times my teacher might say stuff and I'd write down arrows. So sometimes that's a deeper level of learning too. So you can go down, 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 up, down, down. Okay, so down, 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 up, down, down. All right? Now, the fills. Then we go back into those 4 chords. It's an instrumental, there's no singing, and those are repeat marks, so you do those twice. Then we're into the oolas. Again, repeat those. Then we've our outro, and the outro I'll actually flip to the monitor. So if we look here, there we go. So see below me here, the D, when you find the things are getting wild, don't you want days like these? That's the same chords as the ooh-la bit, right? So you just do the same again. And you repeat it 3 times to the end. That's the whole song. It's a tricky one. It's there's some songs I've no problem jamming at gigs, but my God, like Ocean Colour Scene are one of those songs, like, you know, like 100 Mile City? Riverboat song as well. Like there's stuff all over the songs. I suppose that's what made them cool as well. So what I'd say with this one is get the chords first. Go through the chord and take a song section. I would define a section as where I've put a lyric here. Okay, get that first, and then stepping under the mile away, get that, then combine them. Then you're getting onto the U and I, that is the funky chord, and again keep combining. And then the oolabits, the rhythms are weird, yeah, and then we have the bridge, right? And that's how you can combine it all up. This one's a beast. Hope you've enjoyed this lesson. You know yourselves, pop a comment below if you have a question on the song or a particular thing. And if you want to find out more about guitar stuff, you can get a link below this as well. Hope you've enjoyed this lesson. It's been this one's a beast, all right. So enjoy. Definitely won't be putting the word easy in the title of this one. But the key thing is just pick a section. The time will never be right for you to just tackle it. So just start with the section, get that going. Like for example, anyone could get the beginning part if they were like playing a while with enough work. You know, the stepping bit is okay. It really starts to get hairy from here on down. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it there. Thanks so much for watching. Leave me a comment below as well. Let me know what you thought of this lesson, and I'll see you in the next one.